We are live on the OxFit podcast. Is it cold outside? I can't feel it. If it is cold, let me know because I'm not feeling I'm not even feeling a breeze. All I'm feeling is smoking hot this morning, ready to crush this spring because I'm a starter. That's all you need to know about me is I'm a starter. Most of you out there that listen to this podcast, you guys are like me too. You're a starter too. That's what we do. This is what we do. We're starters. We don't ride no bench. Some things I'm excited about this week. Let's start off on a positive note. Some things I'm excited about this week. Start with. We'll start at the back of the list. So, some of you guys probably like a planner. You know, some of you guys probably love a fresh planner. It's 2026. If you like planners, this is look at the size of this thing. It's the biggest planner I've ever had in my life, and it comes with all kinds of goodies. Look, you got these things, little stickers of all different colors. Um, it takes 1 day to adopt a new habit, 90 days to cement it. Look at that, just a little habit tracker for your most important habit there. Um, Goals don't work unless you put them on paper. True. How do you know where you're going if you don't know what you're doing, right? So, and then there's some kind of stickers in there and everything. I wish I would have got this in December because it starts in December, which is even better. So next year, if I like this thing, which you know everybody likes something like this 20 days into the year, then maybe. But this thing is ginormous. Got every month where you can write down, all your stuff, and then a big ass tracker at the back, which is kind of cool. What else we got? Big ideas. Got plenty of them. And then a dry erase whiteboard at the back and some pockets. So, in third place for my month so far, pumped about this. Big ass planner. Follow up next week to see if I use it. We never know, right? Number 2, what am I excited about? Look at this. So, I don't know how you feel about coffee, but I only started drinking it in the pandemic, so I'm pretty new to it. I would say over the last 5 years, I went way overboard with it. I was doing too much. I started getting things where I was like grinding the beans and stuff. Got way too into it. It was like you seen the movie Kicking and Screaming when he starts drinking coffee, and then he ends up with his own espresso machine, and he's at the back of the line yelling at the person at the front. He's trying to order from the back of the line because he's so obsessed with coffee. I would say I got like that a little bit. And I was drinking energy drinks, so got way too into caffeine. And then now we've backed it off a little bit. I have one a day, and this is my first one at 10 a.m., which is good because I'm excited about doing the podcast. I get a coffee, all that stuff. So, big ass planner, third place. This coffee mug now, because I only drink one coffee, I only like coffee hot. Then look at this. Got it from Perk, which is a great coffee shop right up the street. I didn't know they've been in business for 15 years. Did you guys know that? Where's the first? Maybe I can get the people from Perk. Is it Atlanta? Is Perk an Atlanta company? But good coffee shop. And now coffee stays warm. Don't end up wasting it because I can't drink cold coffee. I pour it away. And then the number one thing that I'm a little bit excited about. Look at this. I would say if you haven't ordered one yet, you have like a couple of hours because I haven't put the order in. But yesterday was technically the last day, and if you missed it, then there's something wrong with you. You don't deserve a jacket, but maybe you can squeeze one in, right? Maybe you can squeeze an order in. But yeah, starting off on a positive note, right? I didn't have a starter jacket growing up. I've wanted a starter jacket. Obviously, I'm an '80s, '90s kid, right? And it goes back to like starting OxFit for me. This 10 years, we've had a lot of cool stuff. Those of you that know me know I like making fun stuff, right? We've had some of the highlights. I should have brought them in here, but some of the highlights are we had a Nike hoodie that had like a triangle logo on, and people still have that. We had it in black and we had it in blue, and them hoodies, they still look brand new. Like when I still see them going around um, Grant Park or East Atlanta, I still see them hoodies going around, and they still look like we just got them yesterday. So like that is one of my favorite things we've ever made. Um, I would have done them hoodies every year at the price of the Nike hoodie, not tripled every single year, right? Um, Panthers Eye Roasting Company. Is that really what it's called? You Googled that? You must have Googled that. But yeah, the price of them hoodies went up every year, which, you know, I think maybe we'll be able to bring it back at some point if we can order them a little bit more in bulk. So maybe this year, maybe at the end of this year, we'll go back to that triangle logo just for like, that was one of my favorite ones. Then we did the one that also looks brand new, the Nike hoodie, which came out was like the basketball warm up style with the hood. That hoodie is fantastic. But again, that was a $90 hoodie. So that's that you can't do that every year. And also, as a small business owner, if you mess up on your order or you overstock a certain size and they're just sitting there, you can't sit on $90 hoodies that you know don't fit anybody. Like we just can't do that, especially when you're custom making them. So now we come to this, right? And I was looking at jackets. I was like, all right, maybe I'll get a Bills starter jacket. But if you know me, you know I don't like red. I like the Bills, but I only have blue Bills stuff. I don't have any red Bills stuff. I don't have anything with red on it. I'm a blue, right? Sheffield Wednesday, a blue. I'm from the blue part of town. I don't like the red part of town, which was Sheffield United. So I'm blue, right? And maybe you knew that about me. Maybe if you see me driving, you might realize that. And then I said, well, maybe we can get a custom jacket. And then look where we are. Look at this thing. Dude, it's the I've run a business for 10 years, best thing I've made. I'm signing off now. But yeah, you've maybe got like 20 minutes if you want one of these. And if you don't, we probably can't be friends. I'll be honest with you. There must be something off. There must be something going on in your life. And yeah, $140. They cost $160 if you got a team one. What team do you want to be on? Anyway, moving on. So that's the start of my week. I don't think it gets any better than that. I got a big ass planner. I got a new coffee cup that keeps my coffee coffee warm, and I'm a starter. Look at that. We got 7 people. If you're in here, say good morning. Good morning, Chris Cash. Good morning, Whitney. Good morning, Lauren. Wait, I'm messing this up. Hide, show. I don't know what I did. Lauren's there. She said he's a starter. What's your favorite coffee shop in Atlanta while we're talking about Panthers Eye Roasting Company? My favorite coffee shop to go get food from is Perk, but you can't have that every week because that crunch wrap, you shouldn't be eating that every week, right? But my second one where I can go on a daily basis is Grant Park Coffee House because they've got that scramble. And that scramble is just, it's gold, isn't it? It's got everything you need. It's got sausage, it's got eggs. Good way to start the day. What are we talking about this morning is very interesting. I, for the first time last week, told you that I've been working my way through the Atomic Habits workbook. Okay, this big ass book. It's almost as big as my planner, and I actually did the homework, which is, I guess we're turning a leaf at 39, where I'm eventually going to do some homework. Oh yeah, Sav says GP Coffee House has those grits. That's that Southern girl right there. Hey man, green beans coffee is next level. But for some reason, it's across the tracks, isn't it? It's like, is that even Grant Park? It's like Onward, isn't it? So, oh yeah, Ollie's. Hey, Ollie's is new. Ollie's has popped up and crushed it. All right, so look, I did the homework. I even somehow created these columns, and I did my day from 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I counted up, and I was like, um, I've listed 20 hours in the day there, and most of the boxes are filled up. And so I was like, oh, that's probably why I'm tired. That's probably why I don't have a ton of energy all the time, is because I'm filling out 20 hours of a 24-hour day with stuff. And like some of the stuff is, yeah, bullshitting, right? Like watching the iPad or, you know what I mean? Not stuff I want to be doing, but still, like, that's why my eyes don't look like I want them to look. But yeah, it's good. It's the first time I've done that. So usually what I do is like I'd get this book and I'd be like flipping through it and I get through some chapters and I'd be like, I got it, time to go. And I just start going. But here it talks about like really analyzing what you're already doing because you might already be doing everything that you need to be doing. You could just optimize your day and optimize your time a little bit to make it work better for your goals. So like you don't want to just start 2026 and just add in 15 new habits to your already busy schedule. You want to think about where it is you actually want to go this year, what your day really looks like, and then how you can adapt it with small tweaks at first to get to where you want to go. And I've never done that, right? I've just been like all in. It's 2026, high energy. Here we go, fight through it. And I think luckily for me this year, it started off with a couple of false starts, right? Like it started off that I was ready to go, but school didn't go back until the Wednesday of that week. I was ready to go back, but I think I had some kind of virus that said, you're not ready to start your year yet. So while I was doing that, while I was trying to get going, while I was trying to regroup, I started doing this time analysis and it just slowed me down and made me think for a second, like, what do you want out of this year? And like, it seems like for the last few years, my goals have been the same every January. So I need to be trying to find a way that my goals level up so that in December, January 2026, going into 2027, I've got different goals and it's different from this year, right? Is what I want to do. So it's been really good to look through it all. One of the questions that they've asked this week, which I want you guys to start thinking about, is when are your most energetic and productive hours of the day? Like what is that when is the best time of day for you? And that's a difficult question to answer because in my mind, I go, when do I want the best time of day to be for me? So I'll be saying things like, well, if I get up at 4 a.m., then I can go really hard from 4 a.m. till 10. And it's like, that wasn't the question. The question wasn't, when do you want the best hours of the day to be? And for me, like the cycle that I've been trying to break for the last few years is a cycle that I built and like the habits I built in my 20s. And the habits I built in my 20s were hard work, pain, and suffering lead to results. That's what I believed. And that's a habit that I built from being 15 to about a year ago. And what you start to realize is you are developing the skill of getting really good at putting off joy and suffering. So you become almost like a robot or like a machine to try and get to somewhere that you think will make you happy. And that doesn't work over the long run. And it definitely doesn't work when you have a family. So now the thing that I'm trying to look at is how can I live my day every day doing things that I really want to do and be fully engaged in them and get results. So like, and get results is the outcome, but it's not to get results. So it's not like my only focus is getting to the end product. It's how do I set up my day and my life that it's good every day, and then we will lead to getting results. And that is like such a mind bending question, because it's so much easier to set your alarm earlier, work out harder, um, you know, push through, fight through something, work longer, stay at work longer. That's what most people do. That's what most dads do. That's what most parents do, is right. Like, I want more money. It's going to be for my kids. So I'll stay at work till 10 o'clock at night, never see my kids. And then one day they'll get this reward of money at the end, but they'll hate me by then. That's not what we're going for, right? We're going for, how do you set up your day so that you have the best day? So when is the best hours of my day? And I've sat on that question for 2 days now, trying to figure out what that looks like. And I think it is from when the kids go to school to 3 o'clock. I think that's my most energetic and productive part of the day. So now I've got to think about how I want to take the most important things I want to get done this year and squeeze them into that time, not put them at the end of the day, or not try and squeeze them into 5 a.m., which I used to do. I used to be like, well, no one will be awake, no one will interrupt. And so that part of the day will be great. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now with Atomic Habits and working through the workbook, is trying to figure out where my most productive part of the day is and how I can put the most important things for the day into that part of the day. What part of the day would that be for you? And then what part of the day do you want it to be? Like, how is that? Is there a conflict of interest there for you? And then you kind of like think about, the worst part of my day energetically is from probably like 4 till 7, right? Because I've done a lot. I'm most of the time I'm up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and so by the time it gets to like 5, 6 o'clock at night, not super high energy. But that's the time I get to be with my family and with my kids. So now you're balancing, okay, I want to front end all that stuff, but I don't want to be an asshole at the back end of the day. So it's a fine balance, right? How are you guys, how do you guys manage energy that way? So one thing I took from doing this time analysis, and I recommend everybody does it, which I can't believe I'm telling you to go and do your homework, right? Kid that never did his homework is telling you to go do some homework on how you spend your week this week, and like literally box it out. And then you just put one word in what you're doing. What you don't want to do is you don't want to judge it. What you don't want to do is you don't want to um like try and do things so they look good on the piece of paper, which is, very difficult not to do. But one thing that I've noticed is I work a lot, and I don't give myself enough credit for where I work. I just have worked so long, 20 hours a day, that I think it's normal. And I just work, 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 instead of having a structure and a strategy to it, which is what I'm hoping I can get from this book, Atomic Habits, right? Which is what me and Savannah tried to get from this book. January 2024, I think it was. No, it's probably 25. Savannah, let me know when we read Atomic Habits. It has to be January 2025. It doesn't feel like it was 2 years ago. But yeah, I want to put it into practice this year. So it's not just, oh yeah, I understand. Change your identity and then become this other person. No, how you build in your day so that it just flows with the things that you want to do. And you using your energy levels where they're at. Nobody can have energy all day and all night. Yeah. It was 2024. Oh man. For sure 2024. See, that's crazy, isn't it? How many books have you guys read that you still haven't implemented? Right? We check off all these books. We just check them off the list. Oh, have you read this one? I've read that one. And then you actually look at it and you're like, yeah, you read it, but you didn't even implement. This is page 1 is do a time analysis. So you read the whole book and you're like, my habits are now atomic. Cannot stop me. So yeah. Work, who is it? Somebody said it last week, I think, on one of the podcasts, is like work smarter, not harder. And yeah, I think that is gonna be my mantra for 2026 is work on the things that are gonna push everything forward. Work on the things that are gonna, you know, have an impact on your life. And then we come back to this jacket, right? Like, this is not gonna change my life. This jacket's not gonna change my life. It's not gonna change our business. Most people, if they're not a coach or, one of my really, really good friends, probably don't care about this jacket. But also, some of the stuff in here is like, you got to have fun with what you're doing. You got to really enjoy your life. Like, it's going so fast that I want to optimize my day to a certain extent that I'm getting the most out of the day, but I don't want to miss it, right? And I think that is why I'm so focused on really building these habits into my life, is because I want that nighttime and I want that evening time with my kids to, yeah, I might not have a lot of energy, but I don't want to be thinking about the things that I should have done in the day because I've already checked them off the list. I've already got my day to a point where, like, from this time to this time is that focus work. From this time to this time is workout time. From this time to this time, now it's me and my family time. Now I can put my phone in another room and not worry about it. I can do all this stuff because I've set up my day that it feels like that. And one of the next questions in the book is a really, really good one. After it's what's consuming a lot of your attention, it's what's currently your biggest source of stress and mental energy drain. And for me, it's that feeling of you haven't done enough, or does everybody know what they're supposed to be doing? Are you a good enough CEO? Are you a good enough boss? Are you a good enough leader that everything's in place for these locations to be working well? Like, that should have been stuff that I got to at the start of the day. So at the end of the day, I've done my best. And then I can relax instead of, oh man, can you do more? Can you work harder? Can you do that? Yeah. And it's just, that's not what I'm going to do, because my day will be set up different. And I think you guys have probably, some of you guys might have your days set up like that. Maybe this is just a podcast for me. But from working with the men that I work with, I'm not seeing that, right? I'm not seeing the priority in the day being you and your life getting better. I'm seeing it be a bunch of tasks. Check my email. I see people walk in the gym at 6 a.m. like this. It's 6 a.m. There's nothing on here at 6 a.m. except problems, emails from people, tasks. There's just tasks on here, right? So if you're at 6 a.m. coming in, can't come and warm up because of this, then you're in the same position as me, right? You're not optimizing. That's not the start of the day that you want. One thing that we've noticed, me and my wife, is that if the kids wake up before us, our day is off to a terrible start. And that's not the kids wake up before us because they're just up at 4 a.m. I mean, when the kids wake up before us, because we just snoozed, or because we didn't get up, or because we didn't start our day the way we want to start our day, that day's already off on a way that you don't want it, right? And this is stuff that comes from doing this time analysis. I mean, like, what days am I up and doing the habits that I want to do? And that's what's exciting about this for me is old me would have just started listing more stuff. In 2024, if you would have asked me, 2024, for sure, 2024. If you would have asked me in 2024, I'd just been like, well, I'm going to work out 3 times a day. And I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm going to take a cold shower. And then I'm going to, and like, then what? By 2 o'clock, I'm just going to be like this, staring at the kids. And the kids again, I'm just going to start yelling at them. They're probably not even doing anything wrong. But I'll just be so exhausted from the 3 a.m. cold shower into the 4 workouts that day. And I'll be like, that's not going to get me to the goals that I want for 2026. And that's what I'm noticing with the people I work with, right? I want to when you first come in, I break it down to the 5 basic habits that are going to push you forward. Then a month later, once they're established, not a week later, a month later, once them baseline things are established that you can eat, you can work out, you can take some supplements, you have a good morning routine where you don't start getting into your email or reading the friggin' news, then we can start talking about what's next. And what's next is even more simple. It's like, I present you with 3 things. Do you want to get better with your relationships? Do you want to get better with something at work, like a skill? Or what is the last one? I can't remember. It's something like that. And so we just add on one more thing that's going to make your life better with the foundation of health and fitness. And so they're the things that we layer on nice and slow so that it's not wake up first thing in the morning and grab your phone and start doom scrolling through Instagram to start your day. It's not, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, so I got to work out 5 times a day. That's not it, right? That's not going to work. That's not going to last. We want it to be things that last. I want whatever I set here. And there's a reason for me that it's the 20th of January and I'm still not into setting my goals yet. I'm still working on a time analysis and things like that because I'm tired of the same routine of me trying to power through goals with a bad system. We've all read the same books, but you need somebody to hold you accountable. You need a coach to bring you into a different way and ask you questions about why you're doing that and if that's the right way and what your day looks like and what your life looks like and where you want it to be at the end of the year, not where you want it to be. We work to 8-week time frames, but it's all layered into a bigger structure of our whole calendar year. And this season, even me, Savannah, Caitlin, Lauren, we've even made our season simpler, right? We realized that like we were doing so much last year and never really able to focus on what we wanted to do. So like now it's strength, right? Yeah. We all coach each other. I'm Caitlin's coach. And I ask her some tough questions. And she asked me some difficult questions about like why you want to do that, why you don't want to do that. But our calendar this year used to be like January, let's go. Now it's January strength. Rowing competition, strength. And then we've got beach brawl. We fit beach brawl into spring because by the end of the year, we want to be working on endurance. You've built all that strength. You've got all this fitness. Now we're going to go use it for endurance. And we're all going to go to the beach and do the triathlon because the triathlon is awesome. And Lucas sent me that video, actually. I'm going to bring that up. From the triathlon from 2020. I can't remember what it was, 2024. We're talking a lot about 2024 today, but I'm definitely going to find it. Luke, he sent me this and he was like, dang, this was fun. Oh. But in the fall of last year, we did the Gulf Shores Triathlon, High Rocks, and Beach Pro, right? And then we got to December and my body just stopped working. And so, like, we just need simpler habits, right? We want to do it all because that's just the way we are. We want to do it all. And, you know, I'm not going to be one of the people that tells you to not try and do more, but just start asking why to some of these habits that you're doing. And is it the most effective time of the day to do that? Are you really going to do it? How long are you going to stick with it? And that's what I'm excited about over the next week. Next week, I'll get into some more about what I've found and where my habits are going and what my day is going to look like. Um, so I don't know what happened September to December 2025. I blacked out. I know it was awesome though, but man, yeah. And I think honestly that describes most of the year last year, right? Is like I don't know what happened in 2025 because my day was built like this. It was 20 hours a day of me checking boxes and just trying to outwork everything. Like we always talk about you can't outwork a bad diet. And I think we have a tendency, especially in America, to try and outwork everything. Outwork a bad diet, outwork being in the gym, outwork being a parent, outwork trying to get a promotion, outwork resting. How do you outwork resting? Outwork the Super Bowl's coming, football, uh, and we just try and outwork everything instead of sit back and be like, what do I want to work on? What do I want to be involved in? How do I want my day to start? What project do I want to work on at work before I get into my emails? What do I want my vacations to look like this year? And how do I outwork like how do I outwork that stuff? How do I outwork being at the playground today? Like let me outwork that. Not let me outwork that I've got a clear inbox. So this is an interesting podcast for me today. I'm just kind of shooting the shit because this is what I'm working through. Is every year I found it easy to set goals. Every year I find it easy to list them. And I have a document with like 20 goals in it. It's too many goals. It's too many tasks. It's too much. And what I'm going to end up doing is having them same things on that same list in 2026. And that's not what I'm going to do. And I think, like Kesh said, that's how he feels about 2025 is like, it was just, hey, tell me about last year. I did a lot. What did you do? I don't remember. So yeah, if you want to work on this with me, then go get this. You're not very far behind. I don't read fast. The first week I did the time analysis. This second week I've started thinking about them questions, which I'll list for you again if you want to think about them too. Is what are the major ways you're spending your time right now? How many good, high quality, high energy hours do you have a day? Which are they? What activities are currently getting the best hours? What are your lowest energy hours a day? What do you want to get done in your best hours versus your leftover hours? Good questions, right? And then, what's currently your biggest source of stress and mental energy drain? Whew. All right. This is what I want to leave you with about this book today is change is hard and trying to make too much change at once is a recipe for burnout, which I'm sure just like me you've all done. Before you embark on changing your habits, what kind of significant changes or transitions are you already navigating and anticipating navigating soon? Being aware of this can help you decide what additional changes make the most sense for you right now. So rather than just jumping into all this stuff, Think about what's going to happen in your life this year. Like, what are you trying to do this month? And is it possible to do it? Right? And then what could be some of the smaller changes that you make? Oh man, we're going to get into past attempts next, which is, like I said, I thought we'd read this book in 2025. We read it in 2024. Oh, this is going to be harsh. This is going to be harsh. But yeah, that's where I'm at. If you want to join me on that, then cool. If you already have your goals, you need someone to help you set a plan for them, ant@ox.fit. Let's do that. And let me know what your goals are looking like and how I can help. And we got 7 people in here. You guys are real quiet today. Say hi. Let me know what goals you're working on. Let me know what stage of your goals you're on. Have you already burnt out? Which I think a lot of people, they tend to jump in week 1 and 2 of the year. And by the 20th, it's not that they don't want it. It's just that they've tried to change too many things. Okay, what I'm going to leave you with is a little shout out and a little call to action to the men. I work with the men. I'm very passionate about men's health. And we have Lauren, Caitlin, Savannah, who work very closely in the coaching program with the women and moms, and they're amazing. And then Savannah works with like 25 to 32-year-olds. I like to work with dads right now. I like to work with entrepreneurs. I like to work with people that have a lot on their plate and they need to find a way to prioritize their nutrition and their health and get to where they want to go. So, most men don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because there's no structure. They work hard all day, answer emails at midnight, fix everyone else's problems, and then somehow expect a random workout and a protein bar to undo years of stress and bad sleep. That's not discipline. That's just optimism. And eventually, the mirror, the scale, or the fact that your jeans and your pants are negotiating with you more every morning catches up. This is why I built the OxFit coaching program for men. It's not random workouts that I found on Instagram or a diet that ends the second the pizza enters the room. It's really simple and it's a sustainable system, training, nutrition, and accountability designed to fit into a real adult life. You don't need more motivation. You don't need a new supplement. And you don't need another 30-day shred that leaves you exhausted and angry. You need a plan. You need standards. And you need someone who won't let you disappear when your life gets busy. The OxFit coaching helps you rebuild strength, confidence, and discipline, not just in the gym, but in how you show up everywhere else too. You're going to train like a man with a plan, not a man hoping this time it sticks. Ant @ox.fit. Let's get started today. That's it. That's all I got for you this morning. Oh, Caitlin. See, the thing with Caitlin is she's a perfectionist, right? Just like me. And she wants to get better at gratitude each morning. But what she's saying there is what is so good about Atomic Habits is I want to sit down with my planner and I want to make it in a nice column with the pen that I really like, and I want to see it every day on my spreadsheet checked off. Instead of what's the moment you could be grateful every single day? And it doesn't have to be this like perfect plan of gratitude. It could just be like when I wake up in the morning and I have this protein shake, I write on this what is it? What do they call it? Post-it note. 2 things. One thing. I write one thing I'm grateful for, and I stick it on my protein shaker and I carry it around with me every day. Done. Done. Gratitude. But she has this gratitude thing in her mind that is so much bigger than that, right? And we all do that. We all do that. Like Atomic Habits is about making it the most simple version of that. You want gratitude every day. So find a way that you can add gratitude into your life that you can't skip it because it's something that you already do. You already have a protein shake first thing in the morning when you get up, if that's something that you do. And so the post-it notes are on the fridge or they're near the fridge. So you grab one and you write one thing down and you stick it on your protein shaker and you're out. Done. And that's just a version of it, right? That's how we work with people, is helping them with them small things that make massive changes, right? You go to the gym every day. You need to get more protein in. So in order to get more protein in, you take a protein shaker to the gym or some version of that, right? We want to break it down that we link them together so it's so much easier. Thank you for giving me that example, Caitlin, because I think that's true, right? You can just build it in so easy. All right, Cash started with, oh no, this is Savannah. Savannah started 26, smart, focused, one thing at a time, no stress. Smart. Are you saying you start with smart goal setting, or are you saying you started just by being smart? Because I know Cash likes smart goal setting, so I thought that was him. But you focus on one thing at a time. How did you decide what the first thing was that you started with? I'm just checking out some of the comments. I think one of the key things is like perfectionism is about you like trying to decide how your progress report makes you feel, right? So like let me bring up mine. Might as well show you it. And I can't believe I'm sharing this because I think old me would have been like, um, I probably would have even either lied to fill it in so that it looked better, or I would have changed the goals and like reset because I didn't like that I hadn't hit it. So like here's my progress report. Let's see if I can zoom in. Sorry, accountants. I'm not good with Excel. But yeah, it's not great. That first week, like I said, did not go well. And then last week, I had a decent week, right? And then this week started off kind of similar. Some of them I just got to fill in. And then no tech after 9 is not going well. And the reason it's not going well is because, like Caitlin, trying to be a perfectionist on what I do. I want to read this and I want to do that and I want to blah, blah, blah. And I'm not just keeping it simple. Like, what do I really want to do? What is exciting that is better than technology? That's my problem. Also, my problem is from before, my day has been 20 hours long of stuff. So by the time it gets to 9 o'clock, all I want to do is lay down and just watch some crappy TV. So I got to fix the front half of the day that I want to read a book at 9 o'clock, or I want to do something different at 9 o'clock. I've got the energy to like make that choice. And then, so here's Savannah. Savannah said, last year she tried to change everything all at once, which I think we all do. This year I focus on nutrition and sleep for January. Love it. February, I'll introduce a couple of different elements once I'm happy with my nutrition and recovery. Love it. Love it. I think what I'm proud of myself for 2026 so far is that I've spent this time doing the legwork. I wish I would have done it more in December, I guess, but I'm doing it now. And so it'll be good. It'll pay off over the next few months. And if you're in that same position and at Ox.fit, and let's work on it together. Like I can't do this on my own. I have a team of people that constantly bouncing ideas off. Caitlin's my coach. I send her this stuff and she holds me accountable to it, right? And the thing about Caitlin is why she's such a great coach for me is she holds me accountable to it, but she's not afraid to like question me on it. Like, what you said you wanted to do this, why are you not doing it? And a good coach will always ask you why. They don't tell you what to do, they'll just ask you why you're doing what you're doing. All right, guys. I had fun today. I hope you enjoyed where this is going. And again, if you want to do it, it's the Atomic Habits Workbook. Go grab the Atomic Habits Workbook. I'm going to just keep working on this. Most Tuesdays, I'll bring it back up on a live. And then most Thursdays, I'm going to aim to have a guest. So we'll pick it back up on Tuesday next week with where I got to evaluating my time and evaluating where I want to spend my time. And I think the book gets into why it's failed in the past, which is, a great question that you should be asking yourself in terms of your health and fitness routine. A lot of people start off January, they're going to start running again. Why has that failed in the past? Because you fucking hate running. It's freezing cold outside. Get to OxFit where it's fun. I'll find a workout that you like to do that's fun. Same for me. Why am I watching technology at 9 o'clock at night? Because it's more addictive than what? What can I replace it with? What would I look forward to? They're the questions that we're going to answer over the next few weeks. Dang, 47 minutes. All right, I got to go. I got to go get into this workbook and do some stuff. All right, I'll see you on the other side of the podcast, I guess. I don't know what I was talking about. I'll see you in the gym. I'll see you at the gym. I'll see you on Instagram. Send me what you're working on. DM it to me. Anadox.fit it to me. And have a great, still hot, still piping hot